Hey there. So I thought it would be fun to go through the new trailer for the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, because this one I really like. So this is the third trailer. We had the one where it was like a teaser with Son Goku kind of walking around with the Nyobo. I think it's Power Pole in English. And the second one, we kind of got like a clip of some action scenes. This one, we get a little bit more of the second story. So this movie, from what I understand, is going to have like two things going on. It's going to have a lot of the past with Frieza and the Saiyans, and it's going to have, current day with, after the Tournament of Power and stuff. I think that's a pretty cool concept, and I just want to go through this trailer and kind of break it down. I would like to start doing a little bit more Dragon Ball content, because I do love the show, and there's a lot of news that comes out, so I don't know. This is kind of a test to see how that goes, I guess. But let's get into this. So I think this animation looks really dope. The quality in here is really good, and it really looks like they're going all out with this movie. It looked good the last time, but a lot of the animation in this is just super good. So one thing that's cool about this is you get to see a lot of old faces. You got Zarbon, Dodoria, and it looks like Jace, actually. But one thing that I just noticed now is right here, these two dudes, if you remember from when Gohan and Krillin, or Kuririn, depending on which one you like, landed on Namek, these are the two dudes that they killed, remember? Man, that like if you hadn't seen it, you wouldn't know, but like that's them right there. That's crazy. What a crazy cool little thing to insert for like people that really love this stuff. That's wild, man. Ginyu Force, of course. I thought this was really cool. This is pretty much like, it looks like a younger Frieza right as he kind of takes power. Yeah, look at him right there. Like, so he's not wearing any battle armor, which is really interesting. And he looks younger. You got his dad standing here with him, King Cold. And you also have, this is his attendant, I forget her name, but apparently she's not afraid to talk back to him. And you see, he says, "Pleased to meet you." He's talking to everybody. This looks like the beginning, the rise of Frieza. And I bet a theme of the movie will be the downfall of Frieza, as I bet he's going to die in the movie. We'll see. But I just don't know what you do with Frieza. How do you keep him around without, you almost, because of Tournament of Power, have to make him an anti-hero now. I don't know. So this is really cool too. You're gonna see. So they so the Saiyans should follow Frieza's orders, and you see them all bowing to Frieza, and they're all scared. Now, I'm guessing he must have made an example of somebody, is what happened. But this kind of goes with my theory that this is going to be his first time in power. Like, they're bowing to him. They should follow orders. It looks like this is going to be, the first time they meet him. So you got Goku. Now, the inclusion of Bardock is really interesting as well. Now, you're going to see Goku's mom and him. It looks like, so there was a manga that Akira Toriyama did where it was, I think he just wrote it and somebody else drew it. I can't quite remember, but it was a stake on Bardock and Goku's mom, and it kind of overrides the TV special movie, and that's really disappointing that it's kind of being glossed over, because that movie is really good. But it looks like that movie's out the window, no longer in canon consideration. There's a number of reasons why, and this trailer kind of shows that, and we'll get into it. So we got to see Broly, Son Goku, and Vegeta. Now it's saying they're all born around the same time, which I thought Vegeta was a little bit older than him. So this is kind of interesting too. Remember in the movies before Broly was canon, which he is now, he was killed because he was shown to be too strong. And in this version, they're kind of like sending him off. You know, they send the weak babies to kind of worlds to grow into and develop. And that's why Goku was sent to Earth as an infant. But it looks like this is kind of changed according to this movie. And it also looks like Paragus is doing the same thing, going after his son. We don't really get any idea to why he hasn't been around for like 20-something years. I don't think they're going to tell us that until the movie. So this was from the movie. Frieza plotting something and Bardock wanting to take out Frieza. But interesting enough, and when we get there, we'll see that like he's not in that famous scene where he's staring down Frieza. Now see, this is a Goku that's a little bit older than the one we saw in the Dragon Ball Z flashbacks, right? You see here his mom and his dad are sending him. It's looking like they are sending him off the planet in this scene. That's really interesting. And he's also a little bit older now. In the flashbacks, he was a baby. In this, he's literally a toddler. He's got to be at least 5, 6 years old right here. So this is really interesting. This goes against like what is officially in the canon, regardless of the TV special. So I'm like, you know, what's going on here? And it looks like he knows them, you know, like the old canon, he literally had no idea who they were at all, right? There was no idea who they were. He was in the tube, like kind of like the gestation tube or whatever, or being like he was born in there, and then they just send him out. Like Bardock didn't give a shit who he was. He didn't care. He's like, oh, he's a weakling. I don't care. And they send him off to Earth. And this, it looks like they've actually raised him. So it's really interesting. So see, this is what I was talking about. We see here, there's nobody in space fighting him. Now, the big iconic scene that we're all used to is Bardock in the sky fighting all of Frieza's minions, and Frieza comes out and blows it up. He throws that little fireball at this. It doesn't work, and he dies. Now, that doesn't matter anymore. So, like, what's the new twist here? This is a different change of pace. I would like to say this animation just looks so good. Look at this. Like, that looks really good. So, yeah, December 14th in Japan, and then we get it like January something. So, a month after it goes out there, we get it soon. That's awesome. We don't have to wait. So, the big thing will be to avoid like spoiler sites so we don't know what happens. But, yeah, this is looking really good. This movie actually looks like it's going to have like a deep story. And I hear it's actually going to be long. Like, I heard like 2 hours, which is awesome. If this has like a really kind of dramatic tone, it's looking good. I'm getting really excited for it. At first I wasn't. I'm like, oh, Broly, but this looks like a really different type of Dragon Ball movie than we're used to. So I'm optimistically kind of excited. I mean, I would have been excited either way, but this looks really good. Really good. I like the idea of going back to the past and seeing all that. They almost could have just done that as a movie. we'll see. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you think about this. Are you excited about this? How are you feeling about the Dragon Ball Super movie? And that's pretty much it. Like, subscribe, leave the comments, hit the notification bell, and check out my Twitch, Patreon, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.